Welcome to the Sports Arena, your front row ticket to the best in sports talk and entertainment. Great analysis, top-name guests, and news you can use from the sports landscape. So, take your seats, sit back, and relax, as you are now in the Sports Arena.
You know what you're capable of. Fix it.
And here's your host, Eric Wilson.
Wins. I'm like, all right, let's go. We get losses. I'm like, I need a minute. Let me collect myself.
What's going on, everybody? Your man, Eric Wilson, here for the Sports Arena. So as we know, March is about empowering women. And so what I've done is I've been fortunate enough to actually be able to interview and talk to some women who are making a difference in our world today. I have the privilege today to bring to you, she is the Vice President of Integrated Marketing and also with the Chicago Sky. This is Miss Jada Peterson. Jada, good morning. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing well. I appreciate your time. Thank you so much for joining me today. So if we could, I just would like to kind of dive right in and get my listeners and viewing audience just to get to know a little bit more about you. I understand that you did go to Indiana University. Can you talk to me about your journey from Indiana University to where you are now currently with the Chicago Sky?
Sure. It's a very unorthodox path. I went to India. I'm still a Hoosier, so I still live in Indiana, and I commute into Chicago. But I went through, after graduating from college, I went through working with nonprofit associations. So I really enjoy that because it gives you an opportunity to pretty much do everything from being, when I started, an administrative assistant to working my way up to senior manager. I always gave myself 2 years in one position, and if I didn't grow within those 2 years, it's time for me to look for another position, sometimes within that association or sometimes outside of that association. So that was like my measurement stick because I always wanted to grow and be challenged. I happened to end up at the Chicago Sky because of a meeting that I had with someone that used to work at the Sky. I was reaching out to him to request him to speak at one of my association forum meetings. I was a chair of a marketing group there, and we just got to talking. And after the conversation I had with him, he said, we're going to have a position opening up soon with the Sky, and I wanted to know if you would be interested. So that's how it all came about. I played basketball in high school in 5'11". I don't know if you can tell on TV, but I played basketball in high school, and my father always wanted me to play in college. I'm going to tell my age, but I graduated in college in 98. So on my way to college, there was no such thing as a professional women's basketball team in 94. So he was like, I want you to play in college. Like, I don't want to be told what to do in college. No, for what? There's nothing after that. I don't want to travel overseas. I don't want to do those things. But he always wanted to push me and try to make me play in college. So after they started the WNBA, of course, he was the first person that called me. He's like, see there, I told you they have a professional women's team now, and now you missed your chance. Unfortunately, my father passed in 2014 at the age of 58 unexpectedly. So when Jim and I were talking and he was talking about working for the WNBA, I just felt like it was my father at work in heaven, making sure that I still made it to the WNBA because that's something he always wished for me. So I couldn't pass up the opportunity. I always go with
Yeah. And that's a beautiful thing. I mean, listen, our parents always try to guide us in that direction, and we always kind of want to rebel a little bit. But at the end of the day, we wind up admitting to ourselves, yeah, they were right. We'll never tell them that, but exactly. Yeah. So with regards to the Sky, I have to ask you, in an ever-changing world, you are a part of the marketing and business development of this organization. How do you make sure your team remains consistent and relevant? Because, I feel like this organization, not just the Chicago Sky, but the WNBA is on an upward trajectory with as far as more visibility, especially after what we saw in the Wubble in 2020. And again, how do you do that?
It's just letting the players tell their stories. They are passionate about other things other than basketball, and just giving them a platform to tell their story. Being a Sky fan or supporting the Chicago Sky, even at the sponsorship level, it's not always about the ROI. It's about who am I helping? Who am I engaging with? Who am I uplifting? And I think because they were able to tell their story, especially with the social justice platforms that we worked with last year, it just helps elevate the teams even more. So what we try to do is just consistently tell the story, consistently try to get fans involved in not only the play of the game, but the players. And so that's my job. It's just to consistently try to give them the platform and the ability to do what they're passionate about, and then hoping that other people are able to engage in that and support it. A lot of companies talk about being supportive of D&I. I don't know if it's just like a style thing or just the right thing to say, but if you really are, then you'll support us. And if you really are about it and you truly believe in it, then you'll be there to support us either through endorsement, sponsorship, buying tickets, come watching them play. It's funny because I've gotten my friends and family to come to it. I don't want to watch women play basketball. And then I get them to come to a game, and now they buy tickets because it's the best fundamentally played game you will see on television, period, hands down.
Wow. Talking with Miss Jada Peterson, Vice President, Integrated Marketing, and also with the Chicago Sky. So I have to ask you, with the acquisition of Candace Parker now coming over and bringing back another young lady onto the squad, and this team is just continually growing and being more dynamic. But aside from that, what does it mean to have Mayor Lightfoot's support with regards to the Sky?
And the funny thing is, before she was mayor, she's always been a season ticket holder. So she's always supported the Sky. It wasn't like, oh, now that I'm mayor, I feel like I have to. It's just a sincere enjoyment of the sport and the game. Because I live in Indiana, I didn't get to vote for her, but I've always seen her in the stadium since I've been there, supporting the Sky in every way. And she seems to be just a genuine person who, if she likes it, she's going to do it. And it's not for political gain. And that has truly helped us whenever we go to her or we need help or vice versa. She wants Sky Guy to do a promo for wearing the mask. We got to easily get our players involved in that because we always want to support those that support us and vice versa. So having her support and her team behind us is always a help. And we just hope to continue to grow and expand that with other CEOs and other companies that also support us.
Yeah, that's amazing. Again, Jada, I thank you so much. I do want to ask you one last question, and please feel free. I want to talk about the success of this team, but as a Black woman in a high-powered position, I have to ask you, where do you draw your strength and inspiration from? Because I think it's important that, just like you were saying, let the players tell their story. I think your story needs to be told as well, because Black women in positions of power are things that we need to recognize and things that we need to elevate to have more young Black women follow in the trend that you are setting. So where does your strength come from?
Another powerful Black woman, my mother. It's funny because it's not about, for me, leadership is not about the people in your charge, it's taking care of those in your charge. And even as a young child, watching, she was a director of meetings and events, and watching her, I would sometimes temp for her, and watching her in action, I realized she's the same person that she is at home, at work. She's always looking out for her team. Did you eat? Because, they're always constantly running around trying to plan a meeting, and she would check on her staff and say, did you eat? Did you grab anything to eat today? Did you take a break today? She was just like that at home. Did you do your homework? Did you do this? So watching her be a leader helped inspire me to know that that's something that I want to achieve in life. It's always important to remember success is based on the standards that you set for success, not what everybody else is doing. So my mother didn't have a college degree, but she was able to elevate in the positions that she always had because of her work acumen, not because of a degree that she got. And she inspired us to make sure we went to school because she realized in her day, you can get away with just having a high school diploma. But she's like, but nowadays you have to have that piece of paper. So make sure you aspire to always be great and always do more. So that's what I hope to inspire in other Black women, is to constantly set your standards, set your goals, not based on other people, but what you are passionate about. Because if you go to work and you enjoy it, it doesn't feel like work. Just like if you want to wash the dishes and you just wash them versus your mother constantly telling you to wash them, it's a completely different feeling. Just constantly remember to do that with your career. Do something that you're passionate about, and it won't feel so angst, and it will feel right, and it'll feel comfortable, and trust your instincts.
That's amazing. Some serious words to live by from the Vice President of Integrated Marketing, Ms. Jada Peterson. Thank you so much for your time. Many
Thank you.
blessings to you. I look forward to hopefully seeing you. I'm when the season schedule is dropped. I've already told our mutual friend that I am coming for when you guys have the home stance because I have got to be there to be a part of it. I am a fan for life, but I appreciate your time today. Thank you so much.
Thank you for reaching out.
No worries. Your man, Eric Wilson, here on the Sports Arena, ladies and gentlemen. This month is about empowering women, and I just want to be able to tell their story. Everyone have a great day. I will talk to you soon. See ya.